On Tuesday night, I gave the order for British forces to take part in military action in Iraq. Tonight, British servicemen and women are engaged from air, land and sea. Their mission? To remove Saddam Hussein from power and disarm Iraq of its weapons of mass destruction. This new world faces a new threat of disorder and chaos, born either of brutal states like Iraq, armed with weapons of mass destruction, or of extreme terrorist groups. Both hate our way of life, our freedom, our democracy. These tyrannical states do not care for the sanctity of human life. The terrorists delight in destroying it. Some say if we act, we become a target. The truth is, all nations are targets. Should terrorists obtain these weapons, now being manufactured and traded around the world, the carnage they could inflict to our economies, our security, to world peace, would be beyond our most vivid imagination. As we British know, that the best way to deal with future threats peacefully is to deal with present threats with resolve. We shall help Iraq move towards democracy. I hope the Iraqi people hear this message. We are with you. Our enemy is not you, but your barbarous rulers.
Now, Senator, I gave my heart and soul to oppose the policy that you promoted. I gave my political life's blood to try to stop the mass killing of Iraqis by the sanctions on Iraq, which killed 1 million Iraqis, most of them children. Most of them died before they even knew that they were Iraqis, but they died for no other reason other than that they were Iraqis, with the misfortune to be born at that time. I gave my heart and soul to stop you committing the disaster that you did commit in invading Iraq. And I told the world that your case for the war was a pack of lies. I told the world that Iraq, contrary to your claims, did not have weapons of mass destruction. I told the world, contrary to your claims, that Iraq had no connection to Al-Qaeda. I told the world, contrary to your claims, that Iraq had no connection to the atrocity on 9/11/2001. I told the world, contrary to your claims, that the Iraqi people would resist a British and American invasion of their country, and that the fall of Baghdad would not be the beginning of the end, but merely the end of the beginning. Senator, in everything I said about Iraq, I turned out to be right, and you turned out to be wrong. And 100,000 people have paid with their lives. 1,600 of them American soldiers, sent to their deaths on a pack of lies. 15,000 of them wounded, many of them disabled forever, on a pack of lies. If the world had listened to Kofi Annan, whose dismissal you demanded, if the world had listened to President Chirac, who you want to paint as some kind of corrupt traitor, if the world had listened to me and the anti-war movement in Britain, we would not be in the disaster that we're in today.
Has authenticated emails emails that appear to have come from a laptop abandoned by Hunter Biden in Delaware. The president previously said that the New York Post story about this was a bunch of garbage and that it was a Russian plant. Does he stand by that assessment?
I pointed the Department of Justice and also to Hunter Biden's representatives. He doesn't work in the government.
To call Biden a criminal. Why is that?
He is a criminal. He's a criminal. He got caught, read his laptop, and you know who's a criminal? You're a criminal for not reporting it. You are a criminal for not reporting it. Let me tell you something. Joe Biden is a criminal, and he's been a criminal for a long time, and you're a criminal in the media for not reporting it. Good luck, everybody. Have a good time.
危害人类罪，阿尔及利亚总统表示，阿尔及利亚不会牺牲历史和记忆。19世纪70年代，加拿大政府将同化原住民列入官方议程，公开宣扬扼杀印第安血统从他们的孩子开始，通过设立寄宿学校对原住民实施文化灭绝政策。据不完全统计，超过15万原住民的儿童被迫送进学校，其中被虐致死超过了5万。大家也都记得，当年美英等国用一袋洗衣粉和摆拍的视频作为证据，对伊拉克和叙利亚2个主权国家发动战争，造成了无数无辜平民的伤亡，无数的家庭妻离子散，流离失所。今年是叙利亚危机10周年，仅在叙利亚就已经有35万人死于战火，家破人亡，他们难道不应该被制裁吗？今年也是利比亚内战10周年，法英和欧盟发动利比亚战争，制造了大规模的人道主义灾难，是当前难民移民问题的恶源和地区动荡的重要因素。今天在利比亚境内仍然有40余万人流离失所，超过100多万人亟待救助，他们难道不应该被追责吗？这几个国家对他们输出动乱不仅毫无忏悔，而且还以人权为名对他国实施单边制裁，严重损害相关国家人民的生命权。
That's a totally unacceptable statement from Russia, because it violates the core principle for our security, that every nation has the right to choose its own path, whether it wants to belong to or not to belong to an alliance as NATO. And NATO enlargement have helped to spread democracy, freedom throughout Europe for decades, since the end of the Cold War. And I absolutely respect the sovereign right of Finland and Sweden to decide their own future. I respect them if they decide not to apply for membership, but if they apply for membership, of course they have the right to join NATO. That's for Finland and Sweden and the 30 allies to decide, not Russia. And this message that they now use more and more, that if we don't meet their demands, there will be what Russia calls military technical consequences, is a way to try to intimidate, threaten sovereign nations in Europe.
Друзья, спасибо вам огромное за поддержку, которая сейчас так нужна и Донбассу, и нашим вооруженным силам.
Маски сброшены. Мы защищаем интересы нашей страны, нашей великой России. Мы поддерживаем нашего президента, нашего верховного главнокомандующего.
8 лет идет война. 8 лет.